we're here. You saw the thumbnail. This is what's up. We got here all the mics. I tried to line them up in a weird, cool way, but we got quite a situation here with all the mics. I have here the Saramonic. Got here the Rode Wireless Go. Not the Go, but the Rode Wireless. I have here the DJI. And I got here also an Underdog. Nobody really talks about this one. This is the F2 from Zoom. This is a 32-bit recorder. It's not wireless, but today we're going to go over all the mics and whatever I'm using to record audio. Oh, I wanted to highlight the Tascam. I was already like making a little video about it because like, yeah, it kind of matters. Audio is the most important part because before they see you, they hear you. And so that's why I'm like kind of want to go over my audio equipment and what I think about it. We're currently using the Zoom PodTrack P4 instead of my beloved Tascam X8. This thing is a game changer. Absolutely love it. Also, yeah, this is like, it feels like kind of like a weird flex talking about all those mics and the iFootage tripod. This thing looks really slick, but I just put that down here and let's talk about it. Obviously, like I already said, audio is the most important part, and right now you probably hear me through the pod track. Hopefully the levels are all great. But yeah, I wanted to go through my story, how I started out with audio in general and how it was like my weakest spot, and still it's kind of like iffy, but we're getting really close to being like, no worries, we got everything. I think I started out with like a dead cat, basically. That is like the Rode Micro Go, all those Rode Micro whatever. The names are horrendous, but basically that's like a regular microphone that you plug onto your camera, put the aux cable in it, and you're good to go. And you could also put like a wind muff over it, aka the dead cat. But then I improved my situation with a wireless microphone. I really dig this one. This is the Rode. That was the first gen. It was really buggy, and on my Etsy shop where I actually sell this, I have like a little like microphone wind muff holder, and was a great thing till the batteries died. And obviously for weddings, I slowly transitioned in my freelance work into weddings, and audio became more and more important. And I couldn't really like skim on the audio because like if you do a YouTube video, you can reshoot, absolutely no problem. And I found myself on a wedding on a beach, and I realized I charged my microphone. I got my recorder with me as a backup, and my game plan was like I plugged the Rode wireless into my GH5, and I just record the whole thing, clip them up, the groom and the bride with a microphone, and we're good. The batteries died on this one. Basically, the batteries became dead, and then I kind of realized apparently on the internet people are saying there's only up to 100 charges on this thing, and the batteries are built in. I was like trying to repair it didn't work, and I also didn't want to send it in, and I was a little bit over the road thing. And I couldn't really trust it because like you charge this thing and you're like, okay, we're good to go for the wedding. We're not. And that was like, okay, I was like kind of burned with Rode, and I'm like, let's try something new. And I bought this one here, the Saramonic, the Blink 500. Was really, really good. I shot my own wedding with that, basically. I mic'd myself up, and I let the cameras run, and basically went through the whole ceremony, and I used the cables from the Rode, and they actually broke on me, and they came with all the accessories. They basically had a bag with a bunch of cables, and I'm like, okay, I hooked cables up to my iPhone, and everything worked. And I'm like, okay, the day was safe because I bought the Saramonic. Now past a half a year or so, the connections are going in and out more than in the beginning. In the beginning, I did not even notice anything where it's like, okay, the connection is now disappearing or I'm not hearing anything. And now it's happening more and more, and I'm kind of disappointed. And I'm just like, I cannot trust this one either. Obviously, it's still a really good microphone if you're really close to it. You have line of sight. It's not hiding in a pocket where it's like turned away. I would not trust this one with a wedding, sad to say, because like I did my own wedding with it and it worked. But now the game has changed. It could be like that the batteries are dying, or It needs an update, but something changed, and now it's not anymore as reliable as it was in the beginning. Really sad to say, because I really dig that one. I was like, okay, the Saramonic is a game changer, and I believe in it. Now it changed. Then that's mic number 2. Now we're here at mic number 3, the DJI, and this is actually really nice because like I had an event where I was like, okay, I need wireless audio and I need to record it, and I'm like too far away to trust like the connection, and the more recorders I have with me, the better. So I had like I think like the H1 from Zoom, and that's basically just a handy recorder that you put in a pocket, and you can put a lavalier on it and just let it with the client or whoever you're recording. Had that situation, didn't really trust it, too complicated. I'm like, okay, this one came out, and I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot. You know, everybody is raving about it, how good the connection is. And DJI in general made a really good impression to me, because like GoPros were out there, and DJI had like their own GoPro kind of sort of, the DJI Action, and was more reliable. I'm like, okay, they're doing some good tech. Then I started drones, obviously a big name, and this company is just providing value without end. And design, holy moly! Like let's go in a little bit deeper into the design. I want to give you the whole experience. Let's crank this. Here we are, and as you can see, let's adjust this a little bit. So this is like beautiful design. It gives you the charge. Texture, obviously phenomenal. And the presentation, the style, is just like so premium. So I'm really stoked about it. You open it up, it immediately turns on. Was absolutely great. Then you see the charge, how much you can record on it. Obviously you can take them out. It has the clip on, as you can see here, so you can clip it. And it has a magnet plate on here, which is also really good. And it's a really strong magnet as well. But yeah, so that is basically this. I'm currently using this Rode situation here. I'm currently using the DJI situation here, and I'm a big fan. The only thing that I noticed, the microphone is in general very, very hot. So I basically had to dial down the settings, and well, I just got a text. I'm trying here also a new recording setup out. So I'm currently trying a new recording setup, and I'm a big fan of this new studio. And I kind of want to make more gear reviews about like microphones, camera accessories, and the stuff that I actually use on my client work. So this is absolutely my recommendation at the moment. Apparently the transmission strength is stronger than the Rode or the Saramonic, and it can overpower them, was very that basically gives me more trust in this thing. And also you can record onto the microphone, what is very powerful if you're like, okay, you worry about like losing the audio because like out of sight you have to move, or somebody steps in between, or there's a concrete wall. You can just hit record and it's recording and you're good to go. And it's maybe safe, and it maybe saves your day. So that alone I think is like a big game changer in general. If you shoot a wedding or anything like where it's like, okay, we need to provide the best quality, and we maybe need to recover audio because like we don't know what's going to happen and we need to be prepared, I highly recommend the F2 from Zoom. This is a 32-bit rate recorder. You can basically put a microphone that you screw in, so you cannot accidentally unplug it. The only thing that you maybe can do in the heat of the moment, if you don't look out, because there's no color difference in between output and input, you could accidentally put it in the output, and then you don't record anything. What I think is very scary. Obviously, it will give you like a little warning here and will not try to start recording. I had that experience happening to me, and I was able to record a bunch of nothing. What is like absolutely scary to think about. But if you know, like, you have to double check where you put in, or you send somebody out to mic somebody else up and they never use this one, make sure it's plugged in correctly, because you don't want to have that thing not recording. But if this thing is recording, you can recover the audio no matter what, because 32-bit float is basically similar to raw audio. This allows you to, oh, they're not talking really loud. You can boost that. If they're talking too loud, you can decrease it without like clipping, and basically it captures so much data that you can basically nearly recover it no matter what's gonna happen. And I think that's like very powerful for weddings or important gigs. So I usually have a mixture out of this one and this one, what is very powerful because, like I said, backup is like number one. So you have the recording on here and the wireless to your camera, and you just have a backup recording of that. What is so good. Yeah, it's absolutely my favorite. So if I would choose for a microphone, this is about $160. This is $300, but it's two mics that are also, both of them can record. What is kind of cheaper than, if you think about it, yeah, it would be $150 each, but obviously not raw audio. But you also could combine those two if you have all the money that you, yeah. But obviously, who has the budget? Would I go with the Saramonic Blink? Maybe if I'm on the budget and I pick it up used from the Facebook market for like $100 or $150, depending on the Rode Wireless Go, I think it's called, or the Rode Wireless. And we lost our video. God damn. And we're back. Sorry for that. We kind of lost our video. I have like a backup monitor going on. But yeah, where we left off. Would I buy this one? Probably not, because there's a second version. And the second version is actually really good. With the second version, you can also record like the DJI directly onto it. And that is very powerful, because having the backup recording and there's a concrete wall or people are walking in between, it's a safe thing to do. And we had a viewer for a half a second, and here we go. We got the shenanigans going on. And this is how it is. We're doing the live stream, obviously. Yeah, so that are my wireless microphones, and obviously the non-wireless. This one is like I said, my absolute favorite. If you're on a budget, get the Bluetooth version though, because this one is really good, but you cannot activate it from your phone. I thought about the right one, but I actually did not. What is like very sad to say. Obviously, I want to give you like a little bit of close up of all the things here. Let's go right into it. Nope, this is the wrong camera. This is the camera. So let's talk about this. It's kind of reflecting right now, but as you can see, you have the USB port that you can maybe power. Yeah, let's go into it. So you got here a USB port. You got the microphone in and output. Input is on the complete left side. It's really good to remember, and an easy rule. It would be kind of cool to like have that in a different color, but they didn't. Also, like the output, that's where you theoretically could plug in a wireless mic, and then you get like the raw signal, and you can monitor it and sync it later on really easy with your camera footage. That's how I would do it. It uses regular batteries, what I think is like really annoying, and the quality of the yeah, let me actually show you. The quality is actually not that great here. Like, I hate pulling the stuff down. It's like one of those clip-ins. Usually you use here the, how do you call it, the Amazon Basics batteries. They're fine, but that's about it. Yeah, let's talk about the real deal here, actually. The real deal, overall, is the Tascam. Tascam, absolute must-have for audio. Because, like, 6 ports... yeah, let me actually show you here on this one again, because this is really cool here. It has 2 on each side, and the cat is crying here because I'm talking loud. And then we have here the unscrewable top ones, which is really nice if you don't actually have microphones, or you want to just record like music or whatever in the area. Those are not really moving. This is just plastic that looks like it could move. This tripod is actually the iFootage, the 10-year anniversary edition. I really dig that one. What's wrong, Charlie? You have here the kitty cat wanting attention. You know how it is here. Got the cats going on. But yeah, overall, I'm just testing here a new setup. Let me... Charlie, what's wrong? What's wrong, you good boy? Yeah. But yeah, let's... If you have any questions, feel free to let them down below. And yeah. I usually always recommend buying one of those here because this allows you to actually have the adapter for your wireless microphones. For example, you could have the output of the one and go directly here, so that basically captures 32-bit and goes into here. Or same with this one, like let's say you have the transmitter, receiver, whatever, and you have that going in here. There's so many ways how you can line up the mic up the audio here. But if you're on a budget, highly recommend the DJI because it's the most bang for the buck, and this design is beautiful. Like you open it up and it's just like everything just fits together. Everything is snug. They thought about everything. Adapters for everything. They have the little pouch where you get all the cables. That was the thing that I hated the most about the Rode. They just gave you the microphone and a USB cable and the wind muff, and that's it. Then Saramonic came and they basically added the pouch, and you get a lot of shenanigans, and you got the box and the cage here, what is also really nice. But as you can see here, it's a little bit bigger, you know, but it shows you the charging and everything. The design is fine, but the comparison in size, you know, this is like really compact, smooth, easy to use. This obviously is not compact but easy to use, but not as reliable, and does not have the backup recording, what is very scary. But if you need something very reliable, I would just pick up two of those, and this gives you 32-bit. No matter what happens, you're fine. As long as it's plugged in right and the batteries are charged, because that's the number one with this 32-bit one here. If you do... Oh, you wanted more attention? You're such a good boy. Yeah, Charles is such a good boy. Let a comment down below if you're a cat person or like a dog person. Anyhow, if you do podcasts, weddings, or anything audio related, the Tascam Porta Capture X8 is the way to go, because 32-bit, that basically means raw audio that never clips. You can do nearly anything with it. If you power this bad boy on, they have like presets for everything. It's so easy to use if you have no idea about audio, you know. And then it also has like the manual function where you can do anything and everything. Like you can put that in like 32-bit mode. Like you can see here, you see like which port is plugged in, so you can track which audio source is coming in. It records a mixed version where everything is just finishedly mixed, and then it records every separate port that is being used, what is also so good to have. And I really like the design of this thing. This is like my absolutely favorite. Yeah, what more can I say besides like audio is really important, and you actually should buy all my lens stands on Etsy, because yeah, as you can see, it's really important to display your expensive lenses. Yeah, just buy some on Etsy and have a good one. So if you have any questions, just feel free to say hi and be like, "Yep, I have questions about those mics," because like we're currently doing like some graphics. I'm experimenting with my live stream setup so that we get here. Aggressive marketing that we got here going on. I really hate saying it in a hard second. And woo, woo, we got the buy a land stand. I kind of like that. I probably do like more graphics and stuff like that. So we can do. Ooh, okay, okay. Outline. And let's make that 4. This is. I really hate saying it. This is too aggressive. Yeah. Oh, I love OBS. Not gonna lie, we're currently trying to set up here the live stream for the future because where's Montserrat? That's like currently my favorite. Montserrat. There we go. They have the bolt as well. Yeah, I think this is the right. Yeah, so just in case, I'm currently trying to design a graphic. Yep, it needs to be centered, obviously. Yeah, that's pretty much centered. Let's transition to this. Yep. So if I make the reels, it should be like right in the middle. Maybe it actually needs to be smaller. Does this work? Nope. Nope. This does not work. Transition. A little bit small is a little bit better. But yeah, let's talk again about the zoom. I really dig this one. It's my absolute favorite. Yeah, we're repeating now a little bit. So if you have $160, you should get the Zoom F2, because this is like a 32-bit recorder that allows you to record at 32-bit. For everybody who does not know what that means, it's raw audio. Raw audio basically just says, like, whenever you record something, you can recover like too loud or too quiet, because like it has so much data that you can like boost the audio or pull it down without it being distorted or clipping. In most cases, in extreme cases, it may be possible to make a 32-bit float microphone to clip, but that's so rare. I would be very impressed if you do that. Let's talk about my second favorite. Also 32-bit. We have here so we got here the Tascam Porter Capture. This is such a weird name. We have here the Tascam Porter Capture X8. 32-bit, can record like yeah, so I'm basically buying some from Facebook Market. But yeah, Tascam Porter Capture X8 is really amazing. 32-bit, records every ingoing source separately, and it will mix it down for you, so you can do whatever you want with it. It's very powerful if you have to basically recover, for example, in a podcast, people being too far away from the mic and people are being very close to it. You basically can level everything out, which is very nice if you can separate everything. And also it's 32-bit. Let's say it's like clipping. This thing nearly never clips. Like I said, it's really hard to make something in 32-bit clip. So you have to have a really, 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 really loud input source. So you could probably go on a concert and like stand there in front of the boxes and just record some audio. It's like, it's great, but you lose your hearing probably. Yeah. Then we get here also like the Rode. This was my first wireless microphone. I was like so happy with it till the batteries died. Obviously they released now a new one. I think it's I forgot the name. I mean, we can look it up. Like, it's really cheap apparently, the new Rode. So let's go on to it and see how much does it actually cost. The Rode Wireless Me. Yeah, that's it. It's the Rode Wireless Me for $150 for a similar version like this. So the Rode Wireless Me is kind of fine. Would I buy it actually? I don't even know. It's nice for the price point. Like right now, there's a lot of microphones for the cheap that you can buy, like this one, or saramonic, and then there's the off-brands that are coming out with wireless mics, and it's a quite the interesting situation. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. But if you have the budget, get the DJI one. This is like top of the line. I really like how they designed it. Basically, everything is like coming together. It's the most beautiful thing. You know, this is just like beautiful design. The box, the texture, and then you open it up and it just powers on, tells you the battery, record times, and everything. It's just like. But yeah, if I were on a budget, let's say the budget is like $200, and I need to film a lot of weddings and YouTube and whatever, and you don't want to mess with like messed up audio, I would get the F2 from Zoom as the Bluetooth version. Both versions are probably the same price, $160 or $170. If you buy the wrong one, you basically cannot start the recording on your phone, what is very, very annoying. But if you buy the right one, I accidentally bought the wrong one, obviously. But still very happy with it. And this is just like, okay, you hit record, you don't have to worry or think about audio ever again with that thing, as long as it's like plugged in into the right thing. Yeah, overall, I think yeah, the Zoom F2 is my favorite, followed by the DJI, and then followed by the Tascam Porta Capture X8, because the X8, this is like my top three. This is, you can do anything with this. Most people currently buying like the what is it called, the Zoom Pod Track P4. I would not buy that, even though the price is like really low right now. It's like I think $100 or $150 depending where you pick it up. I have a lot of instances where it's basically stopped recording. What is super annoying? Like, you cannot imagine, like, when you on a podcast, you hit record and then your file gets corrupted and it acts like you never hit recording. I had that a couple times happening. I'm like fed up with it. It's really good for like live recordings like this, where it's directly going into the computer and the computer is recording it, or it goes into like my ATEM Mini Pro. But yeah, otherwise I probably would not do that, just for safety. Or I would go with this one. This one never let me down so far. Obviously, this is not paid or sponsored or endorsed by any company besides like my lens stands that you should buy. Yeah. Hi, we're doing currently like a microphone review where we're talking about the DJI, the Zoom F2, the Rode, the Saramonic as well, actually. So we have here the Saramonic. I bought basically all the microphones. I spent way too much money on audio, but as we know, audio is the most important part about like video production in general. But yeah, I kind of want to give you the quick history of like things I bought that kind of sucked. So I bought first the Rode wireless, and it was cool. It has the two mics. It was working well till I was at a wedding and started recording the wedding. That thing was charged. I knew it. I was prepared and excited for the wedding. And then the batteries died on the wedding. And I'm like, God damn. Then I basically was like, okay, I'm done with that, and I bought the Saramonic because like the price was good. You get a box, and the reviews in general were very good. And I'm like, I like the box, and I like the design and everything. And they came with all the goodies. I used it to live stream my own wedding, and it just pulled through. It was a really cool experience. It basically was, yeah, no problem. Was windy and everything. The audio was good, and I was happy with it. And yeah, a year later, I had connection issues, and like it's having not anymore the same signal strength as before, and I'm not sure why. Could be like external reasons, obviously, like different phones are in the area or different frequencies are interacting with it. I have no idea, and I do not care because it just has to work, and that's the number one. Yeah, then I switched to the DJI. And this thing, it's a banger. Like, beautiful design, just works. It's a little bit hot, so you have to dial down the audio level a little bit on the Sonys. And I usually record on my Sonys on level 15, so that's like quite in the middle. And straight out of the box, this one is way too hot. Like, either I have to dial down the cameras or I have to dial down this one. So right now I dialed this one down, and now it's better, obviously. But the DJI is very reliable because it can record on each of those transmitters, which is very powerful, and it has the wind muffs, comes with all the goodies. You buy this, you're good to go, basically. Yeah, the new Rodes I would buy, but yeah, I still even like the DJI design way better. But obviously, I'm not sponsored by DJI. I'm just like giving you the scoop. And yeah, that was now my little podcast setup audio solution kind of situation here.